First off, let me talk my. Got a couple things I gotta cross off my list. How you insomniac for sleeping on my. It's a bad soundtrack. Read the script. Born in the motherland, headed.
It's a brisk night in the Midwest, but we've got football at Paycor Stadium in the Queen City of Cincinnati, Ohio.
Tonight we polish off Week 10 with a good Monday night matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
They begin this drive with Chubb.
And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. But these two teams met in Cleveland earlier in the year with the Browns coming out on top. So a win here in Cincinnati would give them the season sweep 2-zip. Second down, here's Chubb again.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Off of play action, it's Watson.
He'll find his man, Terrace Marshall, complete.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Now a first down throw, Watson.
Got a man, it's De'Ami Brown, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Able to slither by. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They run it again with Chubb.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They'll try the air now with Watson. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. Now Watson. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Logan Wilson in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. They will indeed snap it to Watson. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Now Cade York for the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns.
Next to score, Browns 7, Bengals 9.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Herbert now. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, this defense for the Browns, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Browns drive about to get started.
And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on third down. Back to throw, Watson. Dancing to his left.
And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up fourth down. And Bohorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
And it's taken in at the 9.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards.
And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going.
3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. Out of CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
Sliding out of the pocket. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away.
And this returnable for Rager.
35 yards that time on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Browns drive about to get started. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Out of the gun, Watson. Flushed out right. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. 2 yards on the pickup there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
The Browns on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
They'll roll him out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Watson trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Bengals are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Touchdown Bengals.
Jamar Chase.
31 yards.
And the Bengals are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. The Browns drive about to get started. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On 2nd and a yard, Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. This is fielded at the 27.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now it's Mixon running right. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold them to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Mixing up the middle. And a loose football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having two hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
The Browns drive about to get started.
As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. A give. This is Chubb. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. That was huge after being behind the chains on first down to make this second very manageable.
Yeah, how much pride do you have in an offense on first down to get that kind of yardage? Because it actually opens up your playbook on second down. You can run it, you can throw it, you keep a defense off balance. I like that phrase, staying ahead of the chains, and they're doing exactly that.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Five yards remain on second down.
From the 50, it's Watson. Looking for Marshall, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six for Bengals TD.
McPherson on for the point after.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. The Browns drive about to get started. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
61 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in his first half.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Chubb. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. He stayed afloat for a second there after the first wave of contact, but that was going nowhere.
Yeah, what did he tell us in pregame? I just don't want to get my feet stopped initially when I'm trying to make a run. That's exactly what happened there. Unfortunately, as you noted, got away a little bit from the first one, but the wave swarmed him under.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Watson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Watson. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
A very nice job right there, working the middle of the field, able to create some separation and then utilize it to not just make the catch, but turn upfield once he got the ball in his hands.
And now Watson throws another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Mixon with a first down carry. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. McPherson's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought the first half, they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Again, it's Mixon. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And this one is incomplete.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away.
Here comes Rager.
A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Browns drive about to get started. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. A give running right is Chubb. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Watson. That's out to Chubb, complete. And they stop him up short of the 1st down as they get him at about the 43. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Taking it about the 16. They'll score that a 36-yard punt.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the 1st half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert.
Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Play action. It's Herbert. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Trayvon Merrick. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
After the interception, here's Watson.
He's got the connection to Moore. He's got room at the 30.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. On first down, it's Watson. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Now a throw here to his running back.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Watson to throw on 3rd and 1.
Here's Chubb, back-to-back catches for him.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18.
Well, Watson will step away, and out comes Cade York to handle this 4th down field goal try for the Browns. York able to send this one through.
And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10.
Well, the 3 points certainly helps, but you feel like, Charles, at this stage of the game, when you force those turnovers, you need to start converting them into touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised myself because I thought in this situation, they were thinking end zone or bust. Now they got to rely on their defense to get the ball back again for another opportunity to get 6 points.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Now they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. The passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From the 27, Herbert. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Andre Sisco. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
Nursing such a small lead, you thought he'd take better care of the football after his last drive. Now for the 2nd straight possession, he's put all the pressure right back on his defense. They need to take a stand and hold that
lead. Watson on first down. This is the tight end, Njoku.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Chubb will get the call running left. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal.
Chubb will score. Touchdown, Cleveland. So he had the nice run to get him down there. Was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. (17-17) the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. Good push up front, and then a run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Back to Mixon on first down. Room here to run. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
And McPherson on for the extra point.
And they will take a 7-point lead now.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Browns drive about to get started. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 105 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Moore.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Watson, off play action.
And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense. But when you add to it that you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter, got to feel pretty good as a defense.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Watson looks to throw again. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. From the red zone now, Watson. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with career touchdown number 91. He joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others. And the Browns are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Back to Mixon on second down. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Armour-Davis. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, They almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And again, it's Chubb.
And he will get enough for a first down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. 124 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A run for Nick Chubb, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
To throw, Watson. That one caught along the sideline. Did he stay in? Yes, he did. But hang on here. A penalty marker is on the field. So roughing the passer, and this is a unit, Charles. They hold their breath every time they see their quarterback go down and get hit like that.
Yeah, they understand how important these last couple of months are for this team. They can ill afford to have anything happen to him if they want to accomplish their goals.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Chubb. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Watson to throw.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Following that sack, Watson and the Browns backed up for a 3rd and long. Here's Watson.
And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
They begin with a run by Mixon. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They'll get 34 yards there.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Throwing, Herbert. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 31-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
I'll give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that could be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. And they get the timeout called here. It comes with 1 second remaining on the clock. So all eyes now locked on Evan McPherson. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This to put an end to a wild Monday night. And he got it. The kick is gone, and a fantastic finish here on a Monday night. And the Bengals are going to get out of here with a W. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Well, Charles, when you look at the stat sheet, ultimately one thing sticks out like a sore thumb. One side lost this game because they turned the ball over 4 times, and that was just too much for them to overcome.
And that number might as well be in neon because you're exactly right. It just jumps up from the stat sheet. Your eyes go right to it. And with that many turnovers, they really played themselves out of this game. Too careless with the football too many times. That cost them the victory.
So for the Bengals, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle.